Hello and welcome to the rather sweaty WrestleTalk Mecha News. I am Luke Owen. I'm not going to do the full mecha gimmick today because it's too darn hot. Have yourself a super click party. It's not hot enough for this though. Super click. Give us a subscribe, press the thumbs up, and leave a comment down below to answer our question of the day. Do you want to see CM Punk join All Elite Wrestling? Because we'll be talking about the man himself who confirmed contract offers from the company in this news episode, as well as WWE Saudi Arabia headaches and how it could lead to an all-women's episode of SmackDown Live. You can jump to any of those news stories by clicking the timestamps in the video description down below. But first, while he's not the most liked man in the world of wrestling, thanks in part to Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bischoff's podcast calling him a liar, even though it's all a work, brother, Dave Meltzer is easily the most respected journalist in the industry today. He's been reporting on wrestling for nearly half a century and has pretty much seen every single wrestling match that has ever taken place, which is why his legendary 5-star rating system is so revered. But the 5-star rating system, the FSRS if you will, has been a bit broken lately, with Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega's series of matches in New Japan earning 6 stars, 6.25 stars, and even 7 stars for their Dominion main event last year. But that was a once-in-a-lifetime feud. Not everyone can break the FSRS. Surely not everyone can break the FSRS. I mean, not even Shane McMahon, the best in the world. But that's not the case, as this year we've already seen 4 matches break the FSRS, with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega's Wrestle Kingdom 13 main event earning 5.75 stars, Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi from night 15 of the Best of the Super Juniors getting the same score, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano from NXT TakeOver New York getting 5.25 stars, which was bettered by their TakeOver 25 rematch, which got 5.5 stars. And this year's G1 has broken it again. Not only did Meltzer award Jon Moxley his first ever 5-star rating for his incredible match against Tomohiro Ishii, he also gave the match between Okada and Ospreay 5.75 stars. Stars for you. Stars for you. Stars for everyone. Dave Meltzer liked a Kazuchika Okada match. I am shocked. Sadly for Jimmy Uso, the only star he's currently seeing is a sheriff's badge. That was an awkward segue, I'm not proud of it. On this past Monday's Raw reunion, John Cena brought out his Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick in a segment with the Usos, where he made light of Jimmy Uso's real-life arrest back in February. Drink driving and putting people's lives in danger, it is funny. And it would seem that Cena was seeing into the future as the Doctor of Strangeonomics with the Time Stone, as TMZ are reporting that Jimmy Uso, real name Jonathan Fatu, has once again been arrested for driving under the influence in Florida. TMZ Sports report that law officials told them that Fatu was driving erratically and swerving from left to right, and reeked of alcohol when he was pulled over. Fatu reportedly refused a DUI test by the officer and was arrested and given a speeding citation. WWE released a statement saying Jonathan Fatu is responsible for his own personal actions. And based on previous punishments, we can expect the Usos to beat the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championships on Monday. It did seem though that we were leading to an Usos versus Revival match at SummerSlam, but someone else's SummerSlam plans might not be so clear. Dolph Ziggler made his return to WWE this year, and has been around a lot longer than most fans expected he would be. Why are you still here? However, he's not had the best run, only picking up 1 win over Xavier Woods on an episode of SmackDown since he came back, and has been beaten every other time, including losing to Kevin Owens at Extreme Rules in a matter of seconds. Somehow, Dolph is still heading to a marquee match at SummerSlam, with even a tease this week that he could face Shawn Michaels of all people. Dolph started a feud with The Miz the week prior, but it was reported that the two are not set to clash at SummerSlam. And Dave Meltzer has added in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that Dolph isn't wrestling Michaels either. So who is Dolph going to be wrestling? Well, according to Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live, one name that has been mentioned is Goldberg. This would tie into Dolph's SmackDown promo, where he called the match between DX and the Brothers of Destruction at Crown Jewel an embarrassment. He wasn't wrong. And the same can be said of Taker versus Goldberg at Super Showdown earlier this year. And it's also been reported that Trish Stratus could be coming out of retirement for SummerSlam to face Charlotte Flair. So could we see another legend return, this one to take on Dolph Ziggler? Ziggy returned to WWE WWE for Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia to replace Kevin Owens, who had refused to go in support of Sami Zayn, who is banned from being part of the shows due to his Syrian heritage. Yesterday, WWE held their quarterly investors conference call, which contained the usual business we've come to expect from them. Oh, look at those graphs. Oh, so many graphs. Oh, so much data. The unsurprising things to come from the call were that television ratings are down, merchandise sales are down, and network subscribers were also down. But the positive is that WWE is still profitable, thanks mostly to the Fox deal for SmackDown and the Saudi Arabia shows, which earned the company incredible amounts of money. However, the second Saudi show of 2019 is proving to be a tricky hurdle for WWE. The original date for the show was set to be the 1st of November, but the Saudi government asked for it to be moved to an earlier date in October. And this was very difficult for WWE as they had already booked their European tour, which included Raw and SmackDown tapings. So WWE changed several dates around, including doing a double taping of Raw and SmackDown on a Friday night, cancelling all of their Italy shows, and cancelling other dates on the European tour. And in the ultimate troll move, the Saudi government has asked for the show to be moved back to its original November 1st date. As Dave Meltzer writes in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, one thing we can say is that this relationship has been filled with headaches and bad publicity for the company. It also presents a different problem, with November 1st being a Friday, which will be the new home for SmackDown when it moves to Fox in October. This means there will be a live pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia in the afternoon, and then a few hours later, a live episode of SmackDown back in the States. And obviously, all of the talent cannot be on both shows. Unless WWE tapes the episode of SmackDown ahead of time, Meltzer riffs that one way around this would be for WWE to promote an all-women's episode of SmackDown Live, seen as though they won't be allowed to go to the Saudi shows due to the country's antiquated laws. This would also take the place of the second Evolution show, which, despite being a critical and commercial success, was not going to get a follow-up this year. But WWE moving to Fox isn't the only big wrestling telly-event happening this October. On Wednesday this week, All Elite Wrestling confirmed that their weekly TV show will debut on TNT on October 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, with the first episode airing from Washington, D.C., which we're reliably told is not the same Washington that Daniel Bryan is from. One question being asked of the company currently is touring dates. We know from the press release and previous interviews that AEW's weekly show will be touring around the United States. But what about house shows? Since the company's inception, AEW officials have said that it would have its wrestlers' bodies in mind with less time on the road. And now Dave Meltzer might have shed some light on this. Meltzer reports that AEW's goal is to run between 100 and 120 shows per year, 4 of which would be pay-per-views and 51 dates would be for TV tapings. The idea being to run house shows on almost every Saturday throughout the year and occasionally one other show during the week. The key to this is that the roster will be split across these shows, with top talent working around 75 matches a year in order to keep them fresh and healthy. By contrast, it was reported this week that Baron Corbin has become the first wrestler in WWE to have 100 matches in 2019, with the Revival just behind him, Kofi Kingston behind them with 95, and Ricochet with 90. So that's 100 matches for Baron Corbin of all people in the first 7 months of the year, with 5 more still to go. And maybe that lighter schedule could be what entices a certain someone to the company, CM Punk to AEW confirmed. CM Punk is one of those mythical names in wrestling, with fans around the world still holding out for that fabled CM Punk wrestling return that has been teased and talked about since he left WWE in 2014. It's been talked about so much that it's a meme here at WrestleTalk. Our CM Punk to AEW confirmed is a parody of ourselves and other wrestling fans and websites who hang on to every word and tweet the best in the world puts out. And with CM Punk being announced for StarCast last week, the train was pulling into speculation station that he will be part of AEW's All Out. And in an interesting interview with ESPN, Punk has revealed it's not just speculation on our part, and he has had offers from AEW about joining the promotion. Punk told ESPN, "I got a text from Cody Rhodes." And again, I almost don't even know how to reply to them sometimes, because if I reply, they do interviews and are like, "Oh yeah, I just talked to Punk." I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I always think if someone wants to do business with me, they can come to me. Texting offers isn't really a good way to do business, at least. It was texted through 3 people and an offer came in through text. This was like a month ago maybe. It was just a general offer. I never could have done Double or Nothing because I was in California for CFFC. CM Punk to AEW confirmed, etc. This is in line with what Punk was saying around this time last year, confirming that he did have an offer from Cody and the Young Bucks to be part of All In, but said that an offer via text wasn't a real offer. But it is interesting to note that AEW are pursuing a working relationship with Punk, which would be a huge boost to their brand as they gear up for their October launch on TNT. Seemingly making light of this situation, one half of the AEW World Championship match at All Out, Hangman Page tweeted, "Hey Nick Jackson, your idea for my being the elite bit was good, but if someone wants to do business with me, they can come talk to me. Texting offers isn't really a good way to do business at least." And speaking of text, this almanac has got a lot of text in it! And such beautiful pictures. Here's Ollie Davis with more.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the release announcement for the second volume of our monstrous WrestleTalk Almanac. I'm Ollie Davis. Back and bigger and better than ever, I'm back! That was Eric Bischoff's theme song. The 168-page full-colour WrestleTalk Almanac is the ultimate must-have guide to pro wrestling in 2019. Where else can you see at a glance who won all of wrestling's most important tournaments? Or find out the real names of 1,000 active wrestlers? Or see star ratings for literally thousands of matches. In Volume 2, we have over 250 shows from around the world reviewed, with results, attendances, match times, star ratings, and analysis. We also go back through history and rank over 2,000 major supercards, twice the size of last year's list, so you can see at a mere glance what shows and matches to avoid and what to watch. Our wrestler directory has also increased and now lists over 1,000 active wrestlers from around the world, from WWE to Japan to the Indies. All of them have heights, weights, real names, hometowns, ages, where they work, and when they debuted. Now you can be that annoying stat guy at your wrestling parties. Speaking of stats, in a new feature, our boffins here at WrestleTalk HQ have compiled a list of win-loss statistics from several major promotions. Does WWE really do 50-50 booking? How does that compare to New Japan, or Progress, or Ring of Honor? Now you can find out. Say, isn't it confusing keeping up with all those Wrestling Hall of Fames out there? Well, luckily for you, we have gone through all of them and worked out who has the most inductions and how many they have, then listed the top ones. It's the Hall of Fame's Hall of Fame. Yeah. But wait, there's more! We also have television results from dozens of wrestling shows worldwide,
television ratings and how they compare historically, an in-depth guide to every major wrestling tournament of the year and past winners and runners-up, day-by-day news coverage, every key title change, matches of the year!
Plus, the first 100 purchases get a free hand-signed photo of me and Luke. Sorry about that in advance. So what are you waiting for?
Order it now!